Welcome to Albion TV presents the AO Daily Show, your source of real news in an unreal world, keeping you up to date on the latest news, events, and the great community of Albion Online. Today is Monday, the 5th of August, and I am your host, Shozen, and with me today is the great and powerful Bogul. How are you doing today, friend?
Good morning, powerful.
Yes.
Well, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I had a fantastic weekend. I got to do the invasion, which is one of my favorite things to be part of in all of Albion Online. I got to go to a great picnic. I spent some time at the beach. I got some sleep. It was amazing. And then I came back, and I got to see that the world is once again on fire. It is no longer the off-season, Bogle. There are GVGs everywhere. There are GVGs lined up from here till the end of the oceanic time period. They are everywhere. And I'm really excited for today because, Bogle, today is the beginning of the brand new format. We've got the news right now at 18 UTC for the guys who are tuning in at our brand new time period. I'm so excited. Followed by a little off-peak time where we do that little 20 minutes to 30 minutes of just overtime chatter. Then we're going to come in. And then we're going to introduce our caster. Today it's going to be Tazik. He's going to come in 10 minutes before 19 UTC. Then at 19, we're going to hit up those Crystal Realms. We're going to watch a bunch of Crystal Realm GVGs. As many as we can with limited tool access today. And then we'll do, a highlight. Talk about things with Tazik, whatever, PvP specialist we bring in that day. Watch that one highlight. And then we'll come back again at 20 UTC for live GVGs. And wow. This is a lot of content. It's in a nice little block.
Triple action.
Yeah. Cool. It's the way we like it. Get all the action you can. But Bogle, let's talk a little bit about what happened this weekend. Because, wait, actually, first, I've got news, don't I? I've got news before we get into this weekend. I forgot to remind you guys.
Is that about the signature contest?
Yeah, do we have a signature contest winner, Bogle? Did somebody win?
We do.
Oh, thank God.
His name is Stairs. Oh,
he's got a
and
great...
I don't know if you can show it on stream.
I'm going to.
But we talked about the signature contest the whole week, last week, and just today, very briefly, we wanted to show you the winner, who won 6 months of premium status. And for the new community manager, Mr. Syria, who says that who wowed her with this technicolor dream of drawing of her in-game name. Yeah. You were also the first person to notice my avatar is from Suspiria. Enjoy your 6 months of premium status. And, of course, the evening of ganking with Elsa and me and Mary Laughter.
Oh.
Is there a time yet for that, Shozen?
If there is, I have not been told of it. I'm looking forward to when that time is. I do expect they're going to drag me into, at the very least, record it or cast it, just to show it so everybody gets to see it and enjoy the merriment and mirth. Unless the winner is like, no, I want this time all to myself. I want my Elsa time just for me.
We also have 2 runner-ups. One is Alsane and one is Zatrax, with 3 runner-ups actually, and Tankmaster Hornix, who all win 30 days of premium. So cool, good job, guys.
I like all of these. These are cutesy. I like the derpy nature. You know me and derps, so I'm a big fan. All right. Personal reminder, guys. I'm trying to add more casters to our stable of evil biased casters here at Albion TV. And so what I need from you guys, the audience, is to poke some people who you think would be good casters and tell them to get a hold of me on Discord, Shozen #4236. And I want to find somebody who will come on Tuesdays. We're going to try to get a rotating stable of people in here, and then eventually I'm going to pick a winner and try to get them to come on a more regular basis with a more official status. But first, we're going to rotate in all you guys in for an official tryout.
What kind of casting?
Oh, this is shout casting for GVGs and crystals. So what would happen on a Tuesday is just like on Monday, we would do our news show, we would do our overtime, and then we would introduce our new caster who'd get to come in, introduce himself to the audience, and then we would cast the Crystal Realm, a Highlight, and a GVG, and then they would be off on their merry way. And then if they did really good, the audience would say, bring them back, and we would.
Cool.
Yeah.
And the best way is to just get in touch with you.
Yeah,
then,
that's the way. That is the way.
Do you need any experience, sample size, videos?
Okay, so depending on who you are, I'm most likely going to ask for you to send me a sample of your casting. There are a few people in the community who I've seen cast before, and I'd be like, yeah, sure, come on Tuesday. We can do this. But 95% of you guys are going to be, I'm going to be like, hey, take a clip of a GVG that you recently seen, cast over it, and send it to me. And because I'm looking for somebody who can give the technical play-by-play. I've got all the color I need here. It's pink.
Okay.
Yeah. And, Bogul. Guess what it was? So, we're going to be talking, today is going to be all about the invasion. This is going to be what today is about. It's about the merry invasion that was, the good time that was had by all, in the EU and the NA invasions that lasted, as always, forever. We're going to give a bit of a rundown on what happened on those and how things are going here in Season 7. But before we actually do that, we have another update to give on Season 7 because, Bogul, the rankings are pooped.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What happened?
They got messed up. The Guerreros won. Season 7 over. Guerreros won. That's it. Aggressors going to be super mad because if you've been paying attention to the drama side of things, the drama that's just even too much drama for us to cover. Scuzz Capel really mad at the Guerreros. So apparently they took their anger and they used it to win Season 7, and Season 7 is over.
No. This all will get fixed soon. For some reason, apparently, there was a small problem with the guild challenge and season points feature. The challenge points needed to progress to the next level did not scale correctly. In short, the amount of challenge points required to progress were much lower than intended, and they already fixed that with a maintenance hotfix, I think yesterday. But the points have to be adjusted in a bigger patch. If what we think experience is, and that holds true, it should be Wednesday probably. But Elsa says they apologize for this confusing ranking, but it should be fixed very soon.
So we should get a follow-up on this to find out, do the ranking points, are they all getting collected correctly right now behind the scenes?
They should be, yeah. And they will just have to fix the leaderboard. I think the normal rankings also took a little hit. Today is a little bit guessing in the dark as to how Season 7 has started, but we have to use other methods to get some of the information to you other than the rankings. Okay.
Well, I'm glad to see that it is being worked on. It's going to be fixed, and we don't have much to worry about because it's so early in the season. It's so early, Bogul. We're gonna see this get fixed soon enough, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Tell me a little bit about your weekend, specifically
So we want to talk about invasions. It's invasion time, and I guess we can talk about some of the winners of invasion right off the bat because we did say that it's hard to see. Yeah, there's two winners. There's two big winners. The biggest winner.
I have a few more.
Okay, I'm sure you have a lot of winners. But to me, the biggest winner right off the bat is Sauce. They did fantastic. They have really done work here on the map. If you look at the map right now and you turn on your political view over to alliances, it looks like Anglia and Soluria here are just, there's nothing there. Or Glauvia, sorry. Anglia and Glauvia, there's just nothing there until you zoom in and you find all these flags of the bunk bed monsters who came out from under the bed and murdered the children that were sleeping in the beds and took over the beds. It's...
What? Okay.
Yeah. They did. They took over the beds.
Yes. They have a ton of area. They surprised us, I think.
They surprised us. They surprised everybody. They took over the... Actually, no, I think this is what I pretty much called this.
You think?
Yeah, I did.
Well, they have, 3,900 members right now.
Yeah.
Sauce Alliance. I can't even read all the guild names because it's too many. Or should I?
Read some of your favorites. Let's not be here we only have 30 minutes, and if we start reading everybody who was an ego at one point, we're going to be here.
Phrasing, Launchpad, the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, Merge, Fricks are recruiting, Guerreros, PK, there's Contingent, Handled Monkeys, U12, what? U9 Academy? U12 Academy, Independent Ranger, Rage Control, Just a Game, PWN, U12, Nightmare, and Phrasing Juju. Jesus.
That's enough. That's enough there, Bogul. That's enough. Are you okay, sir?
Yes.
So here's another one I just wanted to mention, because this alliance here, I have not...
You want to do this continent by continent?
Well, yeah, we can. I want to start over here in Anglia, which was one of the more interesting ones for sure.
Okay.
Because
the areas we just showed weren't in Anglia. The areas we showed were Englavia and
Anglia.
The north of Anglia.
Okay. Northern Anglia, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those guys took so much. I mean, they come all the way down to the south of Anglia. They took it all. I mean, you have to get all the way down to Zorn territory before you even... What? Zorn territory? Yes, Bogul. I know this is me being biased right away, because I love me some Zorn. Zorn is one of those old school guilds that was a German-only guild for a very long time in Alpha and Beta. They have one of the most interesting, charismatic leaders that ever played our game in Lugsy, who I've interviewed probably more than anybody else because I just enjoy hanging out with him. I believe my last interview, they yelled at me. They go, "This isn't an interview. This is two dudes hanging out at a bar." And I'm like, But they're back. They're fighting. And I just love me some Zorn. So, yeah. Just saw Lugsy on the field of battle. Just so happy to see them. Shout out to my boy and Zorn. Welcome back. I hope you stick around.
So who else got territory in Anglia? Because we said Glavia is almost exclusively Sauce.
Yeah,
we said the north of Anglia Sauce.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. This is a group I don't know, Bogul, and I'm hoping that we can figure something out about them soon, and we're gonna have to. Nope, they're not Dawn. Well, is it Dawn? Is this the Alliance Dawn? Because I'm talking about
it, right? Because
you can't click it. It's on the map. Yeah, and the season rankings aren't working.
You're talking about the former
L'Equipage de Maguai Waras. Those guys I've seen a couple of times, but the guild themselves did really good. As for a small guild here, they took a number of territories over here in southern Anglia. I thought they did.
Based on what I know, they are a French alliance ? At least they have a lot of French guilds. Mm-hmm. They currently hold a lot of the area that, as I said, the former Articuno Mortis guys were holding. Mm-hmm. Their tag is D4WN Dawn Alliance, and I think they have like almost 3,000 members as well. So they're a pretty big contender for the south of Anglia there. And I got a message earlier that they were really happy with their success on Reset Day. Mm-hmm. They even managed to win some fights against NASA and SOS, and they're fighting actually regularly against them, and they're very happy with their start.
I think people are, Anglia gets a lot of bad rap because it has lower resource values. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'd love to see is get rid of the resource values according to territory. Let's just make it about who fights more for the territory. Like if you're in Mercia and nobody fights for it, what value does that have? That doesn't make any sense. It's free real estate over there. Why should it? It doesn't seem like it's valuable. If nobody's fighting over it, it must not be valuable, right? Everybody's fighting over Anglia. The value goes up. I don't know. Just people are fighting constantly in Anglia.
That could be. Does chat know? Do you guys know why? Since Shozen mentioned Mercia, and I guess we could say it at this point. Or do you have some other story that you wanted to lead into before I
there's no
drop
story.
The ball on what happened on Mercia?
There's no. Okay, we can go right. I wanted to, we can cover Cumbria, the stepchild of the two, I guess, because Anglia seems to just be more interesting than Cumbria now. Cumbria's been kind of boring, almost as boring as Mercia. No, not really. It's not. Mercia, what the heck happened? People want to know. So I've been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, BA, I guess it's 3 weeks because it was the entire off season. BA does not care about season 7. They're going to relax. They're going to just chill. They're not going to do anything as far as competing for points. They're going to leave it up to the rest of the world to make a move against Oops. And nobody believed me. And then the EU invasion happened, and Squad went anywhere besides Mercia, and Oops took Mercia freely. For the
All
EU.
of it?
EU, yes. All of it. I believe there was one territory. It's no longer there anymore. Wow. It's all Oops. Now, Northern, we'll get to that in a moment, but there was a bit more play here, and I think that's because, Squad actually has home plots up there. Also, it's also harder for Oops to GVG in the NA period.
So Squad took a bunch of the north of
Mercia. They did. They did. Well, it went to 3 different groups. It went to Squad, it went to Shelty, it went to 1PG. 1PG is currently launching onto Oops in mass. Shelty is going after Conflict, and it's going to be an interesting situation up there for sure. We do see Shelty also going after Oops, but I think that right now I really have no idea what's going on with Shelty. It's going to be interesting to see. But Mercia, for the most part, is going to be boring until somebody decides that they're going to go in there and get it. I think there's no chance that Squad is going to go in there in any way, shape, or form to fight for the EU time period.
Because they don't have a lot of members in that region, or because they
don't have GVGers. They don't have GVGers, and the amount of effort that it takes to win towers right now compared to what you get for having towers is just not the same. And they are not a territory-based alliance. So they were content-based. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit more about what happened over here as we saw Aggressor really doing work over in Cumbria with Mount and Oops each taking some territory. But really, Aggressor and... Are they Pelotas again? I don't know what they are now. They changed their alliance.
You moved to Cumbria already.
Yeah, okay. I'm into Cumbria now. Sorry, guys. I'm into Cumbria, and we're talking about what Aggressor did. Now, Aggressor is part of Alliance, and I don't know if it's still Pelotas or not, because they just completely...
No, the Aggressor Alliance is called BMATS, I think.
Yeah, BMATS. Okay, they've changed their alliance name again.
2,000-something members. Let me find it while you talk.
All right. Yeah, they did a lot of work out there. Mount was on the field. They did a lot of work out there. I believe they did pretty good. Also in fighting, they were actually more involved in fighting. I did not get to see BMAT fight much. It was, we were just in other areas and we didn't get to see it. I'm sure they did, because it is such a kaleidoscope of alliances over here in Cumbria that I imagine that there was just more fighting going on here, and we missed it.
I found them.
Okay.
So the Aggressor Image Alliance you're seeing there is called BMATS. It's led by Noob Jade Cove. It also has Goodfellas, Arc 1, FFL, Royal Hands, Waspblood. Oh my god, they have a lot. They have 2,100 members, Reborn, Ladbrokes, Aggressor Academy, Devours.
A lot. Yeah, there's just a lot of them. And they weren't one of the... I mean, they did great in Cumbria, but I didn't see them... They weren't one of the big fighting groups that I saw. Now, they may have. I just did not get to see it. I hope that they did fight. I hope that they earned all that territory. Somebody who earned it by just being massive numbers. We're going to go north of Cumbria now, into Siluria. We're going to talk about what the... Archganistan grew yet again, because they just have so many numbers, and they were spreading out. Everywhere I went during invasion, both NA and EU, when I went to anything in Archganistan, it was full. It was just full of Arch.
Cool.
Now, I did see Arch fighting. I did see them fighting, because they spread out. I mean, they moved around here, guys. They went out pretty far. And I got to see them fight Squad. I got to see them fight 1PG. I got to see who else did they fight? They fought Oops. They fought Win. They were fighting everybody. there was a lot of fighting in Siluria, because when I said earlier that like Squad during the EU period didn't really go for fighting Oops. They weren't going to fight for territories. GVG wise, they don't have the GVG teams. It looks like they're just going for content this season, but what they did was they went up and they started attacking some of these guilds that show, and they had a lot of fun. They took down, BA alone took down 5 mammoths. 5 mammoths during the EU invasion. And we got to see 3 of them on stream. We got to see them take down eagles. The Alliance took down another. Yeah, they took down 6 mammoths.
What?
6 mammoths.
Wow.
Yeah. And
did you catch all of them?
No, we caught 3. We caught 3.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So,
okay.
yeah. But, yeah, they did have a lot of fun. I don't think they, they didn't get a lot of territory. That's not what they were after. But they had a lot of content, and they went around the world, and they fought a lot of people. I saw them fighting Win. When I was watching Win, coolest thing ever, I got to see the return of Syndic. That was cool.
What?
Yeah, Syndic. I've been mentioning for a couple of weeks now that rumor is that Syndic is back, and he's currently, leading from the shadows. Syndic is the longtime leader of the Poe Alliance. The Poe Alliance was the strongest alliance we've ever seen in the game. They controlled more territory than any other alliance in the game. They had their own rental alliance. They controlled things with a combination of ZVZ force and massive numbers. A incredibly powerful GVG force run by Syndic and Cargera themselves, and I believe Bodeville was with them. They then had the largest ZVZ force February. Before February, January, I would think maybe is the last time that they were together. It's been a while. It's been a long while. It's been quite a while now, and but he's a very famous leader, and I asked him if he was coming back because a lot of people in the game want to know, and he goes, "Nope, just goofing around with my boys for Invasion, and I'm out of here." But I got to see him and Gluttony run into each other on the field. That was just awesome. Like getting to see,
cool.
That's okay. This is a unique thing about Albion, is that you get to see the great leaders run up against each other and fight. And you don't get to see that in other games. Like the greatest leaders don't run up to each other in the massive battlefield and run into each other and get to see each other and actually, start swinging and it's kill each other. The single server where every area has its own king just makes an amazing situation that is completely unique to Albion, and it's a lot of fun. And yes, Win did not do great. They got pounded a lot of times that I watched them in the ZVZ action. They lost one of the mammoths that I got to see downed, but they did show up, and it was cool to see Syndic again. It's like getting to see Lugsy. It's like one of those grand individuals that show up on the map occasionally. Like, oh, that's cool to see. And we have those characters. We have historical players in this game. You don't really get that in a lot of other games. But
Shozen.
Yeah.
Weird 22.
Oh God, we got to hurry up.
Yeah. That was a lot of observations you had, a lot of stories. I think I want to do a brief recap before we want to do one or two statements that sort of weave into the things you already said. But just to do this once fairly beefy. We saw Mercia more or less getting taken by Oops, who own all of the south. We see Squad holding a few territories in the north and the west. 1PG and Shelty also having a few territories on the sidelines there. In Cumbria, we see Oops holding the very far east, BMATs holding the south and the center, and Mount also having a few in the western side of things. For Anglia, as you mentioned, the Dawn Alliance holds the former Articulo Mortis territory. Source holds the center in the north. NASA actually holds some territory in the southeast, and Ego holds a lot of the northeastern Anglia. In Glauvia, all of the center and west is held by Source Alliance. The southeast is owned by Squad. A small, neat area is held in the west went to Epic's Alliance, and the north is shared between Win and Squad Alliance. And finally, for Siluria, the northwest is held by Win, the southwest is held by Squad. Oops has a few areas in the south even, but the major landholder in Siluria is Arch, who could even expand their area of influence.
Do you want to...
1PG has managed to snuck in a home plot as well.
Well, yeah, their home plot's been there a while. Do you want to read that statement by Gluttony?
Sure,
I reached out for statements from everybody, most people, and tried to get some statements on how they did. It was this morning, so a lot of people haven't responded, but we did get some responses back. So, Do you want to tell us what Gluttony had to say? Because he did really well. I mean, his guys did good.
Making me read when my voice goes away. Sure. So the first invasion day for season 7 seems to be was a great success for Arch. Many territories were catch up. Many ZVZs were won, including 2 against Blue Army, and there were only 2 Zergs suicided by Lindlicker, down from the normal average of 6. Of course, now we begin to see the same 100 or so GVG players taking control of everything in Albion again, but for the non-elites out there, reset is always a great day where truly everybody matters. Oh, that was Gluttony STS's statement, the leader of Awful Company. It's sort of the spiritual leader of the Arch Alliance, if that's even possible, to lead 1,000 people. 10,000 people, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. I will read from King Mojo, I guess. BA was built for content. Somewhere down the line, we had some adjustments and goals that led us to create an alliance that was built to win seasons. The major goal was the race for the first 3 gems. We started 0-2 in this race, but we picked up momentum, and now we're 3-2. BA got the first to 3, but oops, just now finally built an alliance where they feel confident enough to win the season. It just so happens that we wanted the first to 3rd gem, like Money Guild 2, and now I have to give my boys content and fights. And by that he means BA, not his boys in MG, so clearly. My boys deserve it. My alliance deserves it. The people are upset to see us move away from Mercia and not fighting for the season anymore. Because, they don't want to. It's just not content. I can only imagine this has to do with because they literally built their alliances around beating Blue Army and Squad. That it just angers them when they see that we have no cities to take, no territories to take, and that their last and final hope was to win. What this doesn't make
against BA
their last. I think he's missing one. Their last and final hope was to win against BA in the season, and since that's been taken from them, it must make them feel unfulfilled. So yeah, he's just saying, he's given a lot of salt over towards Oops there with that statement saying, guys, we won. Now we're taking our ball and going home. And good luck to winning the season without us around, because I think they're going to do it. I don't see anybody stopping Money Guild from winning season 7 at all if Squad
is that
play.
your prediction then? Is
yeah.
that your prediction for
season 7? That is my day 3 prediction for season 7 is that Oops will win. And if they give it to Money Guild, they give all the territories to Money Guild as they traditionally have, Money Guild will get their 3rd gem, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now this one is Momono, because he's
you want to read more statements?
Yeah, just this one's a quick one because this goes right after what King Mojo said. He goes, it's ridiculous that Squad is running from equal fights to Mount and B-Mats, etc. We take all the fights, and we're 1/3 the size of Squad. It's been a year since Oops has been relevant in ZVZ, and Mojo is running. I love Momono. Yeah, I think Momono just wants somebody else to go fight Oops for him. You guys got to go all fight them now. It's your turn. It's the world's turn. Win. If you can do it, go for it. B-Mats, if you can do it, go for it. It's up to you guys now. I think Squad is going to become the old...
I still don't quite believe it.
I think they're going to get a lot of points, but I think that it's going to be spread out among many different guilds. I still am waiting for them to drop down in size. They have not done it. But yeah, I don't think that it's going to happen. I think that the only ones who are really capable of doing it are Win. If Win had a better ZVZ force than it does, I did not see a ZVZ force capable of winning a season this weekend. They have a very good GVG team. They do not have a good ZVZ force. I mean, it's capable, but it's not. Let's just put it up there with the other ones. It's not capable. B-Mats and Aggressor, it clearly looks like they have the numbers and did some good stuff. If they worked together with Win, there might be something.
I haven't decided yet what my favorite is, honestly. Yeah. The new mega alliances we see in the West, are too interesting to already discount. There will be a lot of things that can happen over the season. But as for, I want to wait at least 2 or 3 weeks before I decide on my prediction, because it's too early for me to make a good judgment.
Well, Bogul,
in terms of,
go ahead.
In terms of how good the outposts are, in terms of how many points you can generate through the crystal tower levels, and actually how much activity there is. Because 3 days, the weekend is just over. This is 150%, 200% activity levels over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And the real test will happen in the next few weeks, when it's, daily grind and daily battles for the long-term season win.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not quite sure yet. I withhold judgment for now.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Bogul, when you're betting, it's always good to bet early, because that's when you get the good returns. The earlier you bet on these things, the better, the payout. Better the payout.
Well, okay. Well, still.
But you know what? I got to say,
bet yet, so.
Yeah, I haven't. I know. My thing is that I've really seen like a lot more fighting coming back again, and that just makes me excited. Do we want to read any more statements and then get out of here? I think we had. The only other one we have, honestly, that's come back in time was Lugsy, and Lugsy just says he's glad to not be part of a mega alliance, and the rest is all.
I want to read one statement from a different group that we haven't mentioned yet. It's very brief too. It's from the guild Russian Guild.
Sure,
it's more of a statement what their goals for season 7 are. Hello, we are uniquely targeting to a Diamond League. At the moment, there is some negotiations with other Russian guilds about formation. One combat guild basing at Russian Guild. At maximum, we want to top 3 Diamond or just Diamond if something goes wrong. And that's their season 7 statement. The Russian guys, I think we shouldn't underestimate. And I think that might be one of the secret contenders that we should pay attention to. And I was just glad, to be honest, that they got back to us, and we will try to report a little more on some of the smaller groups for the rest of this week and for the whole season 7, I think. That's another statement I wanted to read, but I think it's time to end the news show today and go into overtime, or do you have anything else?
Oh, I did get I had reached out to a bunch of other guilds, and I had reached out to Lissy Tank and some other guys from Oops to try to get statements. And while I was talking with Lissy Tank, who we used to get along really well, I don't know what I said that offended him, but it was something. And he was like, "What kind of statement do you want?" And I was like, "Well, just like, what do you guys have to say about the season? How did you do? Was it fun for you guys?" I gave him the example of what Gluttony wrote. And I go, dude, you could even write back, we kicked ass and F off. I don't really care. And so what they did was they took the take care statement and they scratched off take care and wrote MG and put a crown on it. And then it's the only statement was suck my blank, you Blue Army fanboy. And I was like, oh, thank you, Lissy, for the, I love those guys. It's
okay.
Yeah. So at least, I did reach out, and that was their statement.
Okay. Well, I guess for completeness sake, we had to mention it. Yeah. Shozen, we have to get out of here. We have to start the interactive section of the show after the sort of ignoring Twitch chat sort of segment.
Mm-hmm.
This is our new time slot at 18 UTC, where we hang out with you guys, talk about the latest news, updates, patches, guild-related drama, any gossip we can find, any statements other people want us to read. If you want to send us stuff to be made public on the AO Daily Show here, then get in touch with us. Otherwise, you can listen to this very show every day on Twitch. You can watch the VOD later. You can also listen to this news show on SoundCloud or your favorite podcast provider. If you search for the AO Daily Show or Albion TV. And you can find us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Albion TV. Yeah, and I think that's it for today, Shozen, and we will see you guys soon in the AMA post-show overtime segment.
Yeah, well, if you guys are watching right now, watching live, you guys know that I have the Hill of Hollow Earth up in the background. I'm going to pop that off for just a moment. It'll be gone, but we will come back with the after show, and I'm going to be airing that live. So if you want to watch that, stick around. All right, we'll be back in about 5, and see you guys in a few. Peace.